everyone, and good afternoon. We've got our first matchup of the day, Gorilla's Pride versus Quincy Crew. I'm pretty excited about this. How are you feeling about this purge?
Pretty good. Quincy Crew's been playing really good, so excited to see how they do in this matchup. Gorilla's Pride, probably the weaker team. And draft-wise, it seems like Quincy Crew's got something great to start with. They've got lots of space creation, insanely good team fight. Pexu is going to be playing with them today, which is going to be really exciting as well. Very good player, so interested to see how he brings his talent to the table, even with higher ping. But who knows, maybe Gorilla's Pride can do something really effective with their better-than-average laning heroes. So could go both ways. You never know.
Yeah, and I think it's important to also remember the fact that Gorilla's Pride, they had to fight their way to be here. They had to go through the open qualifiers, whereas Quincy Crew has kind of been the reigning kings of North America recently. How do you feel with Pexu standing in? Do you think that that's still going to work well, or do you think it's going to be a little bit of a hiccup that they do have to work around someone that they're not used to playing with?
It could be slightly different. I mean, there's some, like a lot of Dota is about behaviorally training yourself to do the right thing at the right times without thinking about it as often, right? So some teams might have different play styles, like, oh, we love ganking with 2 supports at 8 minutes, and eventually they just kind of do it constantly. And then if the other player doesn't realize that and they don't communicate it very well by saying, by the way, we really like ganking at 8 minutes, then sometimes it makes connects that delay ganks or waste a little bit of time, allows the enemy team to get rushed on. It makes like errors like that may not seem like a big deal, but not doing something in Dota is a huge negative in the pro scene when everybody else is so quick and so fast. So coordination errors can absolutely matter, but in terms of individual skill, I'm sure he's gonna be fine playing his hero, and he'll do fine in laning. It comes down more to rotations and teamwork stuff later on, basically.
Well, hopefully he'll settle in very quickly and we'll see a great game of Dota. I'm also very excited the fact that Dismar is playing that Rubik, and we've seen a lot of really, really good steals from this guy in the past. So lots of nice things for him to steal in this game, so have to keep our eyes out on him.
Lane setup's a little bit variable for Quincy Crew right now, looking to grab double bounty runes. Looks like, nah, it's not that weird actually. Sven in the safe lane. He'll probably get a TP later on, I imagine, or they're looking at the G Pride lineup and saying, hey, if we just shut down this gyrocopter, they have like very little carry potential. So who knows? Yeah, it looks like Witch Doctor will be heading to the top lane. So normal stuff here. Witch Doctor versus Prophet is pretty good because casts last for 5 seconds on Treant Protectors. Here's the Death Prophet mid. Definitely a hero that CCNC plays quite a lot. Or Quinn. I guess Quinn. All right, he changed it. It's official. It looks like whenever Quinn's playing Death Prophet, I think he's normal stuff here. Witch Doctor versus Prophet is pretty good.
That cracks me up because the South American players do this pretty commonly, where they switch their names, and
then
then a lot of them have straight up normal names like Michael, Frank, Matthew.
I guess
Quinn's kind of fitting in with that theme now.
It looks like whatever Quinn, he's got a very unique name, so it's a good normal stuff here. Witch Doctor versus Prophet is pretty good.
Because
a little bit tough here for Witch Doctor to take these protectors.
And a lot of them have straight up normal names like
he
Michael,
needs basically
Frank,
to land cast
Matthew.
I guess
Quinn's kind of fitting in with that.
A good job, but he doesn't want to use it by himself against the Rubik, so that's what he's in a slight trading disadvantage here for the first wave.
Do you think they're going to place like extra pressure on Pexu because of the fact that he's working at a ping disadvantage?
No, they're just going to play normal, and yeah, maybe they'll kill him a little bit more times than average, but listen for the sound. So off, unplayable, literally still unplayable. Valve, I complained about yesterday in a cast. How have you not fixed this yet?
You're going to have to do it again. Just continuously message them every day. Like, what was it, the Undying Tombstone? That couldn't be decrepified? Was that the big thing for like the longest time? Or you are. He is just getting slammed on here by all these creeps and whatnot. Needs Pexu to give him a hand.
Yeah, I don't think a Sven has ever wanted Great Cleave any more than in his life than in that moment. It was like 5 things clumped up. They look like they're all vacuumed. He'll be fine though.
He's a big, strong Sven.
Yep.
He can take a couple hits. Oh yeah, with the Malediction, with a couple of bounces, it's just too good. Yuara gets the first blood. Pexu forced back because the trees do a decent amount of damage. Doesn't want to take any more than he can possibly has to.
He was probably dead, but that was a dirty bounce. That was like a 20% chance to get the bounce back to him, and it got him. So that guaranteed his death. But yeah, that's the nice thing about Witch Doctor. Maledict is such a good skill, so pairing Witch Doctor with any kind of offensively decent or stunning core means you're going to be able to get kills on non-mobile heroes like that. So good start for them.
Seems like a decent amount of harass coming out here in the mid lane. Mr. Jeans and Quinn just trading hits on and off, both of them sitting a bit low, but still have some of that regen over on the Queen of Pain. And bottom lane feels like it's not going to be as effective as, you know, going up against a melee hero, obviously, but they're still doing enough to like mess around with Kara here. MSS trying to burn off some of that mana.
And block the small camp, and this allows him to not have to be traded negatively as bad in that moment. So very important that you block small camp, because it's just going to mess up the equilibrium. You know, I wasn't there to hear it, but I'm sure that rocket sound was wrong there too. But yeah, blocking small camp is a big deal. It's a lot easier for them to contest the offlane camp. 2 points of rocket barrage now. It's a lot easier for them to find. That's why Gyrocopter ran forward there. MSS making a little mistake. The single point rocket barrage, it hurts, but it's like not as good of a ratio. But the 2 points, yeah, good luck trading. So this is why they wanted to play Gyro here.
Uh-oh, top lane again. They have that Stormhammer. The drop back, though, from Dismar. I'm not sure Valky survives this, though. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Is he popping well? Oh, he had a Fairy Fire.
He might have bought one, too.
That's what I was wondering, if he went and he picked one up and they hit the fountain. Because that was very close.
It was super close.
But he has an empty inventory spot, so I assume possibly he already had that. Picks up the raindrops, an excellent item. We talked about that a lot.
Mm-hmm. And you'll notice Rubik's items as well. He finished Wand early, which is abnormal at this point, and they're playing with a lot of Fairy Fires.
Oh, the return, though. The toss back on you are. Got the vision with the trees. You're going to try to... Oh, do they get the body block off? Look at this. They're trying to circle around him. They do have the vision, but they just don't have the catch. So they'll just have to be satisfied with the kill on Paxu.
Yep,
Well, Dismar was thinking about it.
They almost blocked him in, but he cut the tree to prevent it from just being one space. So good micro, good attempt to block, but not quite successful. By the way, the Paxu kill is good. This will be a salve most likely. Quick buckler pickup for the Witch Doctor. Kind of an interesting choice. I don't know if he's planning to go for a mech anytime soon, but it is kind of nice to run around with your team and have the extra 2 armor. Good deny there. That was huge.
May end up paying for it, though. Yeah, casting drop, plus the Stormhammer, plus the Malediction. And you can see Nature's Prophet starts to TP in, then decides, yeah, nah. It's not worth it.
Wants to kill. So they're gonna get double bounty rune tooth. Triple, quad. That's a quad. 3. They'll get 3. I thought they were gonna out chase the Prophet to the next one, but that one will stay most likely. Quinn, the bounty rune.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't go for that. He's got a bottle.
Me too. Oh, they had 2 bottles. That explains a lot, actually. Must have been a bottle for Darkseer, most likely. So he'll probably pop the bounty here and pass it back. So that's exactly why they went back. It was like he was unhealed enough where it was probably fine to go back.
Waste of time, though. Like, I feel like when you're a mid player, yeah, you want to have as much of an experience advantage as you can, especially when you just let Mr. Jean sit there and farm up.
Yep, but if he drinks those 3 bottle charges, he's around full HP and at about half mana. But now he's full HP and mana, and he has 3 bottle charges. So his ability to stay in the lane are going to be a lot longer now.
This top lane is such a kill lane. My goodness.
Yeah. Witch Doctor is really good. It's one of my favorite lane supports to play for that reason. Ooh, going for the smoke kill. See if you can get a kill. That bounty rune's still there. Oh my god. He's not going to know that it's there, though.
The efficiency. Oh.
I think he's going to accidentally get this bounty rune. He's placing a ward behind the tower.
Oh, he sees it.
Now he sees it.
He sees Dismar. I don't think he can contest that, though.
He doesn't want to be broken on the Rubik, because that's not the guy he wants to go for. I think they're trying to get a profit kill, potentially, as the creep wave pushes him, but now that they see Rubik's back, they're probably just going to kill Rubik instead. Ooh,
there's a teleport coming in, though, from Kara. The lift off over onto UR. They thought they had the opening. Paxu opening up with the cast, trying to slow them down. Gets a couple of these really nice bounces. And manages to save him. So the offensive attack turns into a defensive maneuver. Oh, but the mid lane, Mr. Jeans sees MSS. Tries to go for the courier kill. Gets it. And Quinn jumps on in, goes to the dive battery. Assault, not quite enough damage, plus the living armor. Mr. Jeans will survive the skank.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That was really a clench moment. I was stressed out watching Quap almost die there. But it all works out. One small benefit of what happened for Quincy on the top lane with UR is that they did waste a sentry. It might seem like a small thing, but like they could tell that UR like retreated a little bit earlier than expected. So they thought, oh, they must have vision of the tree and protector coming in. But it's like one of those nice little benefits of the smoke move that Sexu made ahead of time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
A lot of supports over in that mid lane right now.
Yeah.
Not sure. I mean, I understand what Kara was trying to do. They're trying to set up a gank, but I'm not sure if you want to stay here and sit around.
They
Have
might
vision.
be able
They
to
know
kill
he's
him,
there.
but- Oh yeah. Quinn has very good vision. He did a good job also revealing that he didn't have vision. Like normally you'd say like, there's no way I'm going for the region. I'm not going to get it in time. But he still walked over to it to make them think that he didn't have vision. Like little moments like that are huge for wards and D-wards. And that could completely affect whether or not he gets ganked, 3 minutes later, 2 minutes later. So Quinn's doing a great job right now.
It's nice. I know he had a very difficult game against the Zoomers when he was playing the Storm Spirit. Part of
Yep.
that also just being that Ocean was playing exceptionally well, but
You must say.
it was a bit surprising watching him
It's
have so
probably-
much difficulty.
Bot rotation coming to kill the gyro. This is a little bit earlier than normal, but Quinn has tons of levels. He's like a perfect hero for killing a gyrocopter because he doesn't worry as much about being in melee range. Especially if you can pick up something like a blade mail, it can work really good and make you by far the better 1v1 fighter. But they got to get vision of him first is the hard part. And almost showing
He's
there. The
starting
smoke
to.
did break,
Oh,
but
the smoke pops.
okay, I think they should have him now.
Spirit Siphon. Seth's trying to get over there, grabs him up in the cogs. I don't even think they're going to need the exorcism, and in fact, they don't.
Yeah, really good
It's also a
save then.
TP
And now,
that was wasted.
who TP'd?
One of the supports TP'd,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, it's a really good gank though. And Quinn didn't even have to use his ultimate, so now he could use it on the tower, which I think he just did. Which gives him a little bit more time to take the tier 1 tower.
You do a little bit of scouting. Can see some more TPs coming in though. Mr. Jean's making his own rotation and Kara on the tree.
And now
So
Quinn
they're
will
not gonna be able
teleport
to
somewhere
take it.
else. Or just walk, I suppose. They can get a rotation kill on the way mid.
They gotta catch him first though. Oh, well, that'll help a bit. Zoom!
they
Right
want the
into
gyro.
Arcus. Oh boy, this is not what Quinn wanted. He was pretty fast though. They're gonna be able to get saved here. Paxu coming in, looking for the donk. Does manage to go get the death ward off, but they'll end up losing MSS. They'll be able to take down Arcus. As Lellis gets caught up in the trees, he's just gonna speed himself out.
That was such a cool rotation by them. They're just making G-Pride chase them all over the map, and they're not getting as much out of it. Except for this time, maybe. Maybe Death Prophet looks dead.
That's, yeah, with the Sonic Wave. Mr. Jeans collects himself a kill.
Okay, a big one, but still a lot of movement from G-Pride to follow Quincy around the map. They've killed Gyrocopter twice now in the last 2 minutes. Yawar hasn't been touched on the opposite side.
Ooh, Kara's got his dancing shoes on. Did Yawar snatched up both of those bounty runes too.
That's good.
It's very good for him.
Yep. A little scary sometimes to do moves like that, but I mean, it does help your team's net worth a lot.
I think
That's
he
a
saw
big
that
swing.
the teammates were all pretty much engaged in the mid lane, so he figured it was safe. But
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a good read. So Quincy crew are basically reset now, back to normal Dota after they made their nice moves. They're going to play in the bot lane, down where Gyro is. If you want to take a look bot lane. A lot of heroes set up here. Although they're not too afraid to show, it seems like.
Top tower is under attack.
you know, the whole being intimidating and
Structures are fortified.
giving a little bit of that psychological
Radiant's
warfare,
bottom
never a
tower
bad
is
idea.
under attack.
The
Dire's
Jeans does get
top
stunned
tower
up by Yawar. I don't think they're gonna be going in for anything too ridiculous
Radiant's
though.
middle
Living
tower
armor gets
is under
placed up
attack.
on them.
And now CCNC is going to rotate to the top lane. They're diving Yawar.
Oh boy. He needs those TPs to come a little bit faster. The tower will go down though. They might be able to turn this around, but they don't have the lockdown. Where was the silence?
is under attack.
Not
Just
there.
have
They'll
it
chase
dead
after Valky.
Tower is
They
under
managed to land the malediction on him. They just need to keep vision. They need to cut down that tree. And looks like they'll be able to. A nice hit there, and they'll follow up with the Death Ward. Pexu getting the kill.
It's not that uncommon to not get silenced early, so he would have definitely silenced there if he had the opportunity, but opted for is that the damage talent, I think, for Death Prophet instead? Yeah.
Yep.
He went for the 30 damage talent instead to increase his farm rate, so you maybe criticize it a little bit, and maybe Quap would have died with the silence, but in almost all cases, it's just better to farm a little bit faster.
I wasn't sure considering that they do need the lockdown for the Queen of Pain. They don't have the greatest options necessarily,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, you're right,
I'm sure
but
he'll pick it up soon.
it's it was kind of a rare situation, basically, is how I describe it. So it's
Okay.
it's not really worth criticizing Quinn about it. It's the way I describe it.
I'm not a pro player, man. I believe in Quinn. Whatever Quinn wants to do, he's doing it for a reason.
Yep.
You are, though. Ismar and Mr. Jeans walk up right next to him. There's a Sonic Wave, another hit, and he should take down, but this stolen Crypt Swarm will make sure that he's out. A little bit of misplay here top lane, didn't quite land that Malediction. They'll drop the wall, though. Pull Valky right back into it, and this is not looking good for our friend here. He is just murdered as Kara can do nothing but look on and feel sad that Nature's Prophet gets cut down.
Yep. Yeah, it's really nice that he stole Crypt Storm. It's one of the best abilities to grab. Oh. Okay. No silence? Oh, he's got it.
No, just a little too late. Like a millisecond too late. Just and digs up a cobalt, you know.
He was really
Just
hoping for a bounty in there. Having a bottle with shovel is amazing. You can just refill your bottles sometimes. All right, failed gank there. On the bright side, Gyro's doing just okay on net worth. I guess neither carry doing super incredible, but Sven should be able to outfarm.
In the silence, thrown out. Let's push Mr. Jeans back, but they managed to. Yeah, it looks like Kara grabbed the haste rune on the bottom, so no bottle refill for him.
That's why Quinn did that. Just lots of free damage, basically. Puts Quap's HP to like 3/4, unless he digs up a salve or something. He's going to be not quite as high, which maybe he. I don't know where he got his bottle back. Maybe it was full. I don't know.
Free TP scroll, always nice.
Yeah, I like digging up TP scrolls a lot too, because I die many times. It's free death, basically.
I just like them because they cost so much more now. I miss the days of 50 gold TP scrolls.
It was nice, yeah.
What a time.
It was a little bit too effective to just chain die in your lane, which I appreciated, but
oh no!
This is a perfect time to play Whack-A-Meepo. All right.
All right, I hit him. I'm hitting him. Are you hitting them too? Oh, look, our observer.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Look, our observer's fighting us here. No, he muted the Meepos. Thank you. It's very soothing, right?
Instantly explodes, yes. How is this fight going to go is the real question.
No,
it looks like Prophet's in the top lane. He's going to TP most likely.
Thank you.
That's Quap that's not there, but she can move over pretty quick. And then Quinn is a little bit pressured. Got a tree ulti coming. There's no cooldown set up just yet. And so basically, Quinn is pretty surrounded, but he's pretty defensive as well with Yules. As soon as Overgrowth comes out, he could get out.
Yeah, I was about to say, do they go for the Overgrowth play here? And can they get over there fast enough, I guess, is the question.
Did Rubik lift yet? That's the real question.
I don't know. We'll have to. Can we click on Rubik,
Has
please?
Rubik used lift yet? Rubik!
No, there we go. No, yeah, no, he's got Crypt Swarm stolen. Let's see. All right, the lift. There's a hook shot on the back line. He was starting to wind up for that Overgrowth, and he's not able to do it. They'll lose Argus, and they'll turn this right back around again. MSS taking a lot of damage, but it's going to be Kara who gets taken down. Now Valky was trying to throw out the trees to protect himself, but he's not going to be able to as you are. Just runs him down, chops him in pieces. And Mr. G is forced to TP away.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They were very ready for that one. What was really crucial about how they did that fight was Quinn basically had enough time to do everything the safe way. He took a lot of magic burst, obviously, but once he gets his ulti off and he hasn't used duels yet, and most of the burst is gone, then it's fine. But what was crucial is that MSS hit the backline almost instantly. I don't know how he had vision so quickly, but he hits the backline. That allows everybody to follow up there. All those heroes were busy. Pexu's ultimate crushed heroes even though he died. And then UR was able to get a solo kill. So perfect target acquisition by Quincy.
Trying to make moves again over onto Quinn. They have a lot of burst damage. There's the lift plus the Sonic Wave. Mr. Jeans plays the Witch. As UR takes bomb tower. There's a call down though. They're still going back in. They have their eyes on Pexu, and they're going to be able to body block. That is I think Valky might also be dead though. Back on the Nature's Prophet.
He's TPing back.
Yeah, he
barely
has a
lives.
couple ticks. Ooh, that's the second time he's done this.
Yep.
And he's got the
barely
Orchid
lived
finish too.
with the Fountain Regen. Yeah, Orchid's gonna be really good here. That silence actually, I believe it was actually probably stolen by Rubik. That was crucial in that fight actually, because I assumed Darkseer was gonna vacuum out the Death Prophet, but then he got silenced, so he lost that capability for the first couple seconds. Sprout is a good ability. There's that bot fight once again. Instant jump by MSS. Great ulti by Pexu. And MSS doesn't even get killed here because Quap realized she had to run. It's a really good fight there for Quincy, but at least they do kill the Death Prophet in the mid lane. Now they're moving to set up more kills.
Oh, hookshot coming in again from MSS. This gyrocopter is just getting murdered left and right. Feels like no place is safe for him to farm. And they have some nice wards up too to ensure that they can protect. Look at the circles being drawn out over on the map too. Oh, Dismar. Gonna try to force away. They're just too speedy though. Ion Shell, they got the slow. He's gonna try to TP out. He knows he can't. Steals the Stormhammer, but doesn't do enough here as they should be able to take down the mid tower.
Having the clockwork here is actually so instrumental to their fight because they're pretty quick, but they're not like insanely good at gap closing. So having like Darkseer plus clockwork to initiate makes all these fights a lot more straightforward.
Cass got thrown out over on Kara. Argis, I don't know if you want to join this fight. Again, you've had so much trouble, but they're gonna go in. There's the vacuum wall combo into the Stormhammer, and it's beautiful. That's called down a little bit off the mark, but Argis, he's taking too much damage from the Witch Doctor. Kara does get taken down. Argis, again, next to fall. Valky just gonna try to go hold Quinn into position so that way he can't get out. But these ghosts, they're just chasing him. They're relentless. The body blocks coming out from MSS, the Stormhammer, and a kill. And a Vampire Fangs to boot.
Not sure who's gonna use it. It's okay on Death Prophet, but yeah, something like Poor Man's Shield is just really safe. Okay, passing it over to Sven for more lifesteal. And now they get the Roche on the back of it. Really nicely done. So Moxie, what's your favorite Death Prophet Spirit cosmetic?
I like the butterflies a lot.
Yeah, that one's good too. There's so many good ones.
The fish is good too. I like the fish as well.
Even the shark? Isn't it a shark?
Is it sharks?
Maybe there's sharks and fishes.
It could be. I feel like shark and like whale is like a kunka thing. I don't know.
I think it's a shark. There's like a creepy child one. I feel like the pro players never use any of the cool ones, so they just use some like generic goats lady.
I feel like it depends on the player because some of them I think pick like the weirdest, ugliest ones on purpose, and then the rest of them just do not care.
I think you've been reading Slax's Twitter feed again.
Have I?
This is what he loves cosmetics that are the ugliest combinations possible. That's what
I don't know. I know some of my friends will do that as well. But okay. I guess the thing that always gets me crazy is the fact that they use like the basic donkey. And I get it. He's a noble steed. He's standard, but people take so much. Oh no, Quincy Crew.
There's
why?
so many. Disgusting. Sven, you are. Does you have any cosmetics actually? I don't think you. He seems like a kind of guy that doesn't care about cosmetics. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I mean, if that's how he prefers to play.
That's a shoulder piece. He's got one fancy shoulder piece.
We've caught him out. He's a fancy boy now. Everybody knows. All right.
Fast 4 Steph on Rubik was definitely really nice in that earlier fight, and it will be nice in these fights too, but they really want to get these free kills.
I can't tell if Death Prophet has a double damage route. Yeah, she does. Or if she's just too many particles. I see it now, but I was like, is she just normally that glowy, or?
It's got every rune, basically.
Yeah.
Arcane is so good on Death Prophet.
But particles at some point. Yeah, that's why they're hunting, right? The double damage and the Arcane. That's an easy kill.
They're trying really hard to dive literally anybody on the map. It's not a very safe game for G Pride. See if they find her, though.
Mr. Jeans, do you know? The smoke pops. They can see Mr. Jeans. They'll open up with the Yules. The silence. MSS trying to get in there. Nice dogs coming out from Pexu, and they find a kill.
Good game.
Smart. Does not look very good for Dismar.
Manta
TP is
Sven.
dead.
What? Okay. That's a first. When he meant it, I was like, oh, that was sick. But I was like, was that an illusion rune? No, it's just a Manta style. Okay.
Calculated, you know?
Are scanning.
It's...
Dire's
He's
top
basically
tower
bought
is
Manta because he had Yasha anyways, and it's good to have Dispel sometimes. That was a good example of it. Prevent the stun, guarantee the kill, but for raw combat, it's usually not a great item, honestly.
Oh, Argus, this is not looking good for you again. That is going to be his 6th death. Oh, very close to connecting over onto Kara, but he's doing some tree walking among his people. They won't give him up.
Don't worry, MSS, we saw it. It was on target. It was just a little bit too short.
This is starting to shape up to be a bit of a stomp. Yeah, look at this. You are just running after Dismar. He's already gotten 1 kill, though. Needs to be careful. There's going to be lifted drag back from Lelis. They are diving tier 3s now, Purge. Poor Dismar. He just wants to go home. He doesn't want this.
What is going on?
Is Var dead here? He's got to be very careful. He goes right back in after Kara's got the Stormhammer. Gonna get treed up. He's trying to break free. He's taking a lot of damage from this tower. Multiple towers now, but he'll join up with the rest of his team. That seemed a little clowny. Wrath of Nature not quite enough damage to take down UR.
It's not often you see the carry by the tier 4 towers, you're right, when they still have a tier 2 up. That's pretty weird. But with Darkseer, it makes everything easier, I guess. Easier to get in and out. They know they're pretty far ahead. Their team fight is far superior than G-Pride, so they're just looking around for fights constantly. G-Pride's trying to avoid this, get solo kills, potentially, but also push out lanes to buy time. Got the Iron Shell talent now,
Oh,
too.
but the creeps. The creeps
That was really
block
close.
it so he can't get murdered. It's just a
hunting
non-stop
constantly.
battle. Silence comes out again down here. Poor Valky. He just wanted to push out waves. He didn't want this. He didn't ask for this. He throws out the Orchid, but it doesn't matter. Quinn is just relentless. You are sitting a little bit low. Does need to be careful. Pops that mantle. Turn back around with the Stormhammer. Doing a lot of damage, but the Sonic Wave finally will take him out. As Pexu hiding in the tree line. He's got a lot of damage with that ultimate, but not nearly enough. Not when he doesn't have that Maledict connecting. MSS, is he thinking about going in? Yup, that sounds like he is. And the Malediction still on Argus. Grip Swarm from Quinn will collect. Silence thrown out. What is happening, Purge? This is just a non-stop goon squad chasing after these heroes. Dismar hiding under his tier 2. He's mistaken if he thinks that that's going to protect him. Quinn takes a little bit of damage, but they've got the Rocket Flare. Quinn just chasing him down slowly but surely. I believe this is
There
what
is
they call
not
a
a whole-
clown fiesta.
I think so. There's not a whole lot that it feels like G-Pride can do. They're just constantly being chased down and ran out by Quincy. They are getting some kills. The Sven one was nice. They ganked him at the same time that Aegis ran out, so that was a great start. But their net worths are not really close enough against a team like Quincy, where I have a lot of confidence in how the rest of the game is going to go for them. But especially with Sven going like Manta and stuff, like they could be stronger individually, realistically, but
I would like to see them take objectives, you know. Kills are great and all, but it is defense of the ancients. That
that's true.
Rocket Flare, oh my god. Scouting out Valky, an easy kill. They don't even look at him as he explodes from the Maledict. Kara, they spot him over in the trees. Have the detection.
they are definitely playing with their food. That is very clear right now. They get a kill, they go somewhere else, get another kill. And what's cool about this is that, like, it might seem like really easy. It's like, man, they're just making clearly lots of mistakes and things. But well, Quincy Crew is anticipating where they're going to be, and that's why they're able to always get there when G-Pride feels like, oh, I can be here safely. They're dewarding effectively. You are now finally pressuring the tower.
Their anticipation is just so good with the way that they place the vision, even just sentries too. They know that, you know, a particular hero like Treant probably going to stay in the bottom lane, hide in the trees, try his best to push out these lanes, and they just anticipate it ahead of time. So he can't do anything. He's just going to get murdered. Living Armor doesn't seem to be doing much against Duar. Quinn rotating, knows that the tree's there now. Sure, he's feeling a little spooked out.
This is his new home.
They know. Look,
These
they know.
trees.
They know he can't run away. They have pretty good detection over here. I see
Wisely
him, but-
crosses over to the other side.
Yeah. They don't really care though. They've got a creep wave. They got exorcism. They can just go right on in. The Ag's ultimate over on Mr. Jeans, but it's just not effective. Double silence thrown out on the back lines. How do you get in there, Purge? MSS doesn't even care. He's just TPing out.
He's gonna go mess around, see if he can kill Gyro. He's got Blade Mail on him.
I mean, it's looking like he's gonna be successful.
That's a
He's
dead
set
hero.
up- Yeah, it is. Oof.
Dude, they just got a Rax and their 4 position just easily solo killed the 1 position carry on the other side of the map. So they don't even get split push out of this. This is rough for G Pride.
This
Ooh.
feels really bad. Your Jeans?
Or really good if you like Quincy Crew.
True. They're looking in fine form today. I think it's tough though, right? Like, you go in as G Pride, you're the underdogs. You know that this is going to be an uphill battle. And you hope that, you know, every time that you lose, right, you want to learn something from it. But it's starting to feel like at this point, Quincy is just past the point of being able to learn from it, and you just start to feel dejected. I don't know. Maybe that's just
That's
me,
not true.
but
I mean, in the learning in the game, yeah, it's going to be hard. But watching a replay, there's still other information that they can collect.
That's a dead
I
dog.
think he ran from the tier 3. Their ward spotted him, maybe. That's how they know about this one. Sven is ready. Building the heart so he gets tons of damage from God's Strength. Kind of an interesting build. Actually waiting to see. This is actually kind of smart because it's very common that when you show all the cores on somewhere else on the map, they're going to move into the part of the map where you aren't and try to ward and deward, and he's just standing here to get a solo kill if any of the supports did this. So that was really smart by Pexi right there. It might have just looked like he was wasting time, but he was hoping that like Rubik would walk uphill.
Yule's getting used. We'll dodge the ultimate. Glimmer Cave coming out from Pexi to protect. There's going to be the hook shot coming in from MSS as they push right back over on the side. That's a dead Dismar. Are TPing on in because they need to protect these towers, but not sure if they're going to be able to do it. Bright side, they don't have UR yet, so that will slow them down a little bit. Okay, Quincy just runs on in, grabs the gyrocopter, Grips Swarm, Theoret Siphon, and looks like that was a
lot of damage? Is that what you're gonna
Yeah.
say?
Yep, I don't.
I think it was Blade Mail. I think he used Rocket Barrage probably, and that's why he reflected so much because he keeps going into melee range using Blade Mail. Yeah, collected almost all that damage. It was if he just didn't use Rocket Barrage, he would have had a better chance of living there. Like he actually might have lived because he basically reflected like 600 magic damage back to himself.
Well, that's a pretty good pick off for Mr. Jeans, though. He's able to get the courier and it's a completed force staff or Pexu, but this is just. They just keep hemorrhaging these kills. They think that they're safe within their own base, and they're not. Yeah, look at that. They drag back. They use the Witch Doctor ultimate. The exorcism's up. This is easily going to turn into a push in this mid lane. The buyback comes out from Kara, but they're just shredding through these buildings. Living Armor doesn't do anything, feels like.
Sven is 4,000 HP.
Yeah, he's a big old boy. He'll stun up the Death Prophet, though. Turn around, and they just they're looking for Kara. Go and drop that that overgrowth and the call down, but they just don't have the damage. They're too tanky. How do you kill this Sven? He's got no fears. None. Double stun over there in the fountain.
That's why he bought Manta. Right there. Overgrowth. If he goes BKB or something, he gets overgrowth and it's countered. So Manta just gives him the solution against trees.
Alright.
Makes sense.
This is just G-Pride watching them hit their buildings and not being able to do much about it. They do realize that they have a tier 1 and a tier 2 still up in the top lane, so maybe they should handle that. I don't know if they necessarily have to. They feel very powerful, but...
Pretty sure the Witch Doctor can just go backdoor that tier 1 by himself and nothing would happen to him.
That feels so bad if you're a G-Pride fan.
Yeah. Laning stage 1 kind of good for them. But after that, it was almost every move I can remember is Quincy Crew just offensively doing something to G Pride.
Radiant's top tower
But how
has
can they even
fallen.
make a kill happen? It'd basically have to be like Rubik plus
Dire's
Quap
bottom
plus a
tower
third
is
hero,
under
maybe
attack.
Prophet, or Rubik Quap, or sorry, Rubik Prophet Gyro maybe. But all these skills are just kind of hard to do.
Dire's structures are fortified.
They should be able to get the tier 1 in the bottom lane.
Radiant's top
Although you
tower
can
is
see,
under attack.
actually no. I'm surprised that they didn't rotate and try to just fight them on that, knowing the way that Quincy Crew has been playing. But they've got bigger fish to fry. They've got a tower to take,
Is under attack.
and they'll start pushing.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah,
has fallen.
I mean that's all they have to do. They just throw the rocket from across the map to slow it
Dire's
down a
bottom
little.
tower is under attack.
Almost a side of ice from Quap. That's one thing going for them.
There it
but
is. Got the pull out, or rather the scythe, but I don't think that's enough. I think
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
you
Radiant's
sheep one of them, and then they just pop back up again. Go up there to Death Cross, and they've got a decent amount of burst, but it's just BKB coming out from Quinn on the back lines, MSS jumping in, beautiful wall vacuum combo. This is not looking good. Argus is gonna fall. There's just too much cleave damage. And just like that, 4 heroes on the side of G Pride are dead. UR had run into the fountain,
because why
and they
not?
had called game.
Oof. We call that a stomp in the business. Just a one-sided match. Quincy Crew laned better. They pressured constantly. It was basically just like us watching Quincy Crew killing people the entire game. Massive amounts of kills, and they just have so much net worth advantage that there's like almost nothing that G Pride can do to try to get back into it.
Yeah, it definitely felt like they were kind of playing with their food, like you said earlier. You know, it started off very efficient, and then it just sort of devolved into watching UR dive the tier 3s, which is not typical, but you know, it is one of the best teams in NA facing off with one of the open qualifier teams, so it kind of makes a little sense. I was hoping to see maybe a bit more of a fight, and of course, we do have that possibility still, right? This is a best of 3, so maybe, you know, the next game coming up for G Pride, they'll draft something a little different, catch them off guard, and maybe we'll get, you know, a full series. But for now, we're going to take a short break. Unless you have something else to say there, Perch.
Nothing. You nailed it.
All right. Well, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we'll have plenty more of ESL 1 Thailand.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is still unclear.
You need a friend. I can't help this time. I'm in trouble. It's your eyes, I can't seem to focus. It doesn't matter 'cause you live a lie. You want attention from every guy in the park. But when you call, I give you my heart. You rip it out. I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you.
I don't wanna fight it. It's time to let it go. It's time to lose your inhibition. Developing a blind ambition. If you got a match, just go ahead and light it. I wanna see where this is going. We're done with playing games, not knowing, yeah.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is still unclear.
Got the bodies on tap, getting rowdy on it, getting cloudy on it. Got me on the right track, yeah, you got me on it. Gonna do it like this, cause that's the way we want it. Gonna do it like this, gonna do it like that. Gonna do it like this, yeah, we never look back. The shots on my tab, everybody's on back, getting cloudy on it. Yeah, we do it like this, cause I like it like that, yeah.
Welcome back to ESL 1, powered by Intel. It looks like the reign of Gyrocopter got completely shut down by the last pick, Sven. And I know you guys, you're okay when it comes to Gyrocopter, but you had a discussion before we came back onto stream where the core-to-core matchups for Gyro, there aren't many that he normally wins.
Gyrocopter feels a lot to me like...
Hang on. You both look very sad. Are you okay?
No, we were holding each other like, don't cry.
No,
Yeah.
it's a cheap prize.
He
but
lost.
where's the second one.
But yeah, Gyrocopter feels a lot like here, like Alchemist, where when you're at the same net worth as the enemy core, you're behind. You have to be ahead. You have to be able to take those stacks and try to make something happen with it. Because late game, okay, is he going to go against Sven? Sven with his massive armor with Warcry, which buffs all his allies. So okay, flat cannons, effectiveness is removed. Rocket Barrage, you want to trade Rocket Barrage with a Sven who has what, triple damage? You can't do that either. And he's got way more HP to begin with because he's a strength hero. So there's no way that in that specific game that Gyrocopter is going to win. He's behind on gold the entire game, lowest net worth of the cores, and he's up against Sven who's double his net worth most of the time.
Yeah, I think the strength of the Gyro. I mean, I think Gyro started getting picked up a bit more because IO Gyro always makes the hero viable. It is a combo that still works. And due to that combo, people are like, well, maybe Gyro's not that bad alone. And he isn't that bad, but he's never great. He feels along the lines of the Juggernaut, where you're like, yeah, in some matchups this is pretty solid, but in the majority of them he's not that great. And especially when you don't know the other carry, I don't find Gyro to be that great. Because as he explained, when Sven activates his ultimate, you get a massive boost in strength. TB gets
muscles.
Yeah, TB gets the metamorphosis, and all of a sudden he hits like a truck. And Gyro activates his flat cannon, which is equal skill, and he's like, guys, I can hit everyone now. Nobody cares, Gyro. Nobody cares.
I wouldn't go too far into blaming any of the heroes. I mean, honestly, G Pride was just outmatched in that game.
They were.
from the start. I thought Mr. Jeans put up a valiant effort in the mid lane, but
But he did lose the mid
he
lane to a
lost mid lane,
DP.
and, you feel like that guy's really playing his heart out because he went Aghanim's trying to split push and everything, but the rest of the team, I don't know, just wasn't on the same page. They were outmatched, and just the game was over like basically the laning stage.
So nothing could have been really salvaged.
No, it's
No,
there's not much to analyze when one team just rolls over the other team.
The Sven was a big problem. It was a really good
Definitely.
pick because it countered the NP lane.
And
The
it was the
NP
last pick as
There
well,
was
right?
last
So
pick,
you
yeah.
can't counter that Sven anymore.
you should have banned it, to be honest. I think some of the bans they did, like the Spectre, for example,
Would have
is,
given more time.
yeah, the Spectre is a stronger carry, and he's like a harder pick to play against, but he does give you, as he says, more time. The Sven was a bit of an all or nothing, and when you went for the MP, I didn't really love it.
All right, so looks like for now, though, Game 1 is done and dusted for Quincy Crew versus G Pride. But of course, we still have Game 2. But before then, I hope you all know what time it is. It is DHL drop time. If you don't know what it is quiz time, where we test your Dota 2 knowledge. And if you are correct with your answers, and if you get enough of them correct, you could be in the running to win some fantastic prizes. If you don't know how to enter, exclamation point DHL drop with the corresponding letter with your answer. Good luck, and well, let's head on over to DHL drop.
Are you the biggest Dota 2 fan? Then look out for the DHL Drop Quiz and show off your incredible Dota knowledge. Reply with the right answer in Twitch chat and track your position on our live leaderboard. Will you make it to the top and win the €1,000 prize? Hashtag Gamers Unite.
DHL drop time, gentlemen. Are you ready for the question?
So ready.
Definitely.
That's the only thing I prepare myself for.
Bring it on. This is what I look forward to all day.
Yeah.
I think this is where we all get judged now, whether we get the question right or wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the question for today. Shiva, what do we have for our DHL drop question?
Welcome to the DHL Dota 2 quiz, where I ask questions, you give me the answers, and by just doing so, you have a chance of winning prizes. And if you are correct, you have a chance of even winning up to €1,000 in prizes. So get ready for this one. Which of these heroes is known as LaSalle Deathbringer? Is this A, Venomancer? Is this B, Viper? Is this C, Slark? Or is this D, Bounty Hunter? To answer the question, make sure to type in chat exclamation mark DHL drop and the corresponding letter of your answer. And make sure to check how you're doing in the link below, the DHL Emotion blog.
We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
These feelings are waiting for you to come back. Amazing feelings are waiting for you to explore again once the world is ready. Until we meet again. Amazing Thailand.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
It's the adrenaline running through my gate. It gets me high, high, high. Got no time to waste. Ain't got time for small talk. I tell you the truth. I'm fascinated you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose, just fascinated you. Look into my eyes. I'm not afraid. Take over my mind till it fades. Like a medicine, it keeps me safe. This neon lights lead the way. Ain't got time for small talk. I tell you the truth. I'm fascinated you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose, just fascinated you. Fascinated you. I tell you the truth. I'm fascinated.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is still unclear.
Intel, Mercedes-Benz, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, DHL, Ministry of Tourism and Sports of Thailand, and Sports Authority of Thailand.
Welcome back to ESL 1, powered by Intel. I hope you've submitted your answers for our DHL quiz question. I do believe we are actually closing that right now. So if you haven't already, we are sorry. We are done for our question today, but don't worry, we've got another one coming in tomorrow. Now, of course, some of you are probably coming into the stream and thinking, why am I answering quizzes? Like, why should I test my brain?
What am I getting out of it?
Exactly. So, of course, this is my job to show you all of the lovely prizes that you can potentially get your hands on. So we've got some lovely socks. We actually saw this before the stream and we just thought, wow, these are actually really nice looking socks. They feel really good too.
They seem very comfy.
Would you like
yes,
them?
Yes,
I would
yes.
love
we
the
want,
socks.
we want,
I'm
we
offering
want.
them right
We're
now.
We're like, no, mine.
I know, Tomo, you really wanted the socks.
Yeah, they're really comfy.
And then we've got some
Those
sweatpants? I think they are.
wow.
Oh, wow. Hang on. Oh, I like these.
For all the
Ta-da!
people that watch esports.
Hang
and
on.
This is really suitable for our demographic.
Yeah,
I mean,
think
to
so.
be fair, it does suit our demographic. But these are really nice pants too. So
But does that mean the socks don't do them because they have to go out?
they match.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
I mean, you could just pull the,
But where
the
do you
legs
go?
up.
where do
You
go-
wear socks at home, you savage. What are you walking
what
around
I'm
in your
saying,
bare
what-
feet all day?
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Technically, in a lot of Asian households, you're not allowed to wear anything on your
Yeah,
feet.
that's you go out, you walk around barefoot. You
Wow.
savage. What do you?
Yeah.
What kind of jungle do you live in that the floor is not clean?
It's called Spain.
And then, of course, our final prize, ladies and gentlemen, we've got an iodine processor. This is also one of our prizes. So good luck to everyone that has entered for today. Of course, we are going to be showing you the answers for our quiz. So let's find out who had well, for me, it was a very unique name because I didn't get to enjoy Dota 1. I started in Dota 2.
Oh my god.
For us, we knew immediately. I was
Yeah,
like,
it was
we
like-
I
both
was like,
pointed at the
who
same
the
time.
heck has Deathbringer? And you guys told me Venomancer. I was like, that does not sound like a Venomancer name, but I can't judge.
You know,
So-
you know what's weird? I cannot remember the names of the other three. Like right now, Gondor is Bounty Hunter.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember-
Gondar is Bounty
yeah,
Hunter.
I'm trying to think of Viper. Is Slark his own name?
Yeah, I think
You
so.
know, like he's like Slark, the
yeah,
Slarkiness
like
or
the,
something.
no, it's like a
Slark is
slithering
Slark.
assassin or something like that, like
Huh?
something like assassin.
Who was Slark?
Yeah, I think so. I
And
think
he's
yeah,
a
it was his-
prisoner of Dark Reef.
Yeah, he was a prisoner of Dark Reef.
But
And Viper.
Viper.
Well, he
I
sounds
also-
like he belongs in
I
Australia.
feel like he has also an L in his name or something
Yeah, I
like
agree.
that.
It
Because I
was,
remember.
it was something like that too.
But-
It's okay. We can ponder during the draft because I do believe Game 2 draft is ready. So let's jump in and see what's going to be on the table for both of these squads. Can we go to a Game 3? That's the question. Can we go to a Game 3?
No,
No.
I mean,
Did you just
I mean, it's-
instinctive
it's true.
reaction.
reflex?
It's really unlikely. Like based on just game one was a lot of evidence, but looking at the two teams themselves, there's also a ton of evidence that we have. Like G Pride just doesn't match up to them. Quincy Crew is on a roll, winning multiple tournaments in a row.
So even with a draft altercation, there's no way we can go to a Game 3.
Unless we're playing 4 versus 5, and that's the draft altercation that we take out one player, then.
I don't think the draft was that bad either.
I
for
agree. I don't think it was
G-Pride.
that bad actually. I thought that like Jericho could have. I mean, they could have taken it possibly.
Yeah. To me, the biggest issue in the draft, I go, all right, so we have a weak lane for MP, not the best lane for Gyro, but he can deal with it. If the Queen of Pain does not win that matchup, which is a beneficial matchup for Queen of Pain, they've lost it. And she did not, CCNC destroyed Mr. Jeans in that mid lane. I think that matchup is very difficult. Mid lane, I would consider right now to be one of the hardest positions. There's certainly a lot of skill differential between certain mid laners, and CCNC is up there. I think his laning stage and his whole game is just perfect.
And this was G Pride banning 5 of his heroes in a row. Like
Yeah,
they banned all 5 of the heroes. They banned all the spirits. I mean, Earth Spirit is not one of his heroes. 4 of the spirits and the Lina. And we know he plays 3 of the spirits and the Lina. So it's like, what more do you want to do to try to ban this guy out? And he still came with the Death Prophet, still crushed the lane, and just won the game. So it's hard to look at it and think, hey, G Pride has a chance, because we don't know. What's the avenue? Where do you go?
Well, let's figure out and see where they do go because the draft is really ready for reals now. So let's jump in and see what the teams are going to be drafting for this second
Hey, let's know
matchup.
Deathbringer. It's right here.
And we actually don't have the mystery band this time, so you actually see the full
You get to
band.
see the
so you
whole
don't get
thing.
to guess this time.
G Pride taking the tiny. That's it, basically. Right?
No.
Like, is there left anything
Stop.
left?
No.
But they have TB.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. They do have TB. I think I'm actually surprised by the start by Quincy Crew that they actually went for the Veno, knowing that the TB has been such a counter.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of cockiness there, or maybe they have something prepared for the TB. Actually, this could be experimental. We gotta beat Force Zoomers at some point. We know their TB is too strong. We're gonna force them to pick TB with the Veno. And
Practice.
Yeah, let's see how we beat them.
I wonder if Quincy is going to go for the Zeus. I don't know if Quinn... I mean, I don't know how well
he
he's...
can play
He can,
Zeus.
I mean, obviously, he'll be able to play it, but is it the same comfort level as the Void Spirit and the Ember Spirit?
Certainly not the Ember or the Void, because I think CCNC is a god on those, right? I think he's just a really good mortal when it comes to the Zeus.
That's very fair.
You know, like he's like a
the
buff
irony,
Hercules.
right?
Yeah, the irony, right? Yeah.
But there is Void Spirit still in the pool, actually.
They could run the co-op if they wanted to go from one of more CCNC's heroes, but I do like the Zeus much more against
It's more consistent in terms of damage late game. And what are we gonna go for here?
I heard the Vengeful Spirit. There we go.
There you go. I can't
A
actually.
little delayed.
I heard it, but I was like, I can't tell who this hero actually is.
I mean, yeah, because she just goes Vengeful Spirit, and you go, is that Phoenix?
Could it be? But
I thought my hearing was bad.
I heard her yelling. I was like,
that was not a yell. That was more of a whisper.
Anyway.
I like the pickup a lot. I think it combines nicely with Tiny because you actually have kill potential with Venge in the lane. She's a solid laner for most of the time, and save for TB is she's not laning with Tiny.
I understand, but
I mean, like she has kill potential in her lane with a TB if Tiny wants to gank him more so than other fives.
Yes.
And she is really good with TB because you actually carry a save with you, which TB sometimes needs. Also, you're great. I think Vengeful Spirit is my favorite blood bag.
All fair points, I guess.
What blood type?
What blood type is she? She's a ghost, and TB is a ghost too, so that's blood type ghost.
Yeah.
Ectoplasm.
that's their blood type, ghost blood type. But I mean, it's fine.
Acceptable.
It's not. It's like one of those things. Like it's not an inoffensive. You know, it's Vengeful Spirit. It's what it's.
You're not gonna win the game with Venge.
It's not an amazing save like Oracle, nor is it like even less than the sort of the Shadow Demon. It's whatever the hero does. It has a stun, the minus armor, gives you some stats. Feels like such a
Good all
support.
round.
You know, like it feels like such a support, very generic. So where we're gonna go here though? Will they go for? Yeah,
The
what's
Winter
Wyvern? Okay, so we know the Rubik's gonna be 4. They're not really hiding their draft as much.
No.
You know, it's like we got. There you go, 5-4-3. You know,
Similar. Both drafts are actually quite open right now. Like
Yeah.
there's no flex picks.
Yeah.
They've just gone for their straight positions.
1-4-5 here. So I wonder what G-Mite probably gonna go with the off lane. I don't think Tiny wants to be the off lane here.
No. I like the Tiny. Actually, Tiny 4, honestly, against Winter and Rubik is not
Yeah,
bad.
he's not
It's
bad.
pretty
These
solid.
these are heroes that he can't burst down.
Yes, and especially against Winter, you cold embrace someone, and then Tiny's like, ho ho, coming in, and just smacks him, into the stratosphere. It's a good idea here. I like the Winter against TB as well. I think it's a solid pickup.
I guess, but you have the Venge. That's pretty good save.
True.
You know, I'd rather if you had something like a Lich, honestly, over the Venge. Now that now that we know which the 3 heroes.
You love that Lich pickup.
Lich
You
would have
saw
been-
it 2 days ago, and your eyes opened up.
Right.
You saw the Book of Revelation, like Lich is the
Lich
one
is
to
great. Lich is a
support.
great hero. I mean, Venge is great as well, but I prefer Lich in this sort of situation. So Centaur is a possibility, I guess. What else could they go for here?
Radiant team pick.
Oh, it's gonna be the
Necrophos?
Necrophos instead. I mean, there's a decent amount of magic damage against it. You got
Yeah.
Venomancer, Winter Wyvern's not the most, but he's got Splinter Blast, and Rubik's also got a fair amount of magic damage, and you can steal something from Tiny.
Yeah,
10 seconds.
I'm not really sure. This is similar to the draft we saw with Infamous, where I saw the Necrophos,
Right,
and it was the same problem. Like, right now, you're being countered by magic damage, and you go for another hero that gets countered by magic
right.
damage, right?
Yeah.
Not the ideal situation for me. And they pick up, of course, Gyrocopter. I think in this case, even though I do find Gyro versus TB to be a bad matchup,
Which we have talked about.
Yes.
We literally have mentioned
we
this, yes.
literally just mentioned it. This time it's different because you're looking to play with the faster tempo of your draft, and you're looking to abuse Gyro's early magic damage much more.
Yeah, we're not gonna backpedal and say Gyro is better than TB, but
No.
and he is great
this
against the
draft.
Necrophos. That's one of the heroes. He's like fantastic against with the Rocket Barrage. So, and of course, all this AOE damage is pretty solid against these heroes. I'm liking. Yeah, I like the Quincy group, although they are a bit fragile.
What,
You
for
know?
Quincy Crew?
Crew-
Yes.
yes.
Like, Tiny actually is going to have a good game. This is a good game for Tiny.
Hopefully, like Tiny's, this is his 8th game in the tournament. Maybe this will be his first win.
Yeah, this is the one where like you've been like a top tier player for a while, and then you get to play against a tier 3 team, and you go, if I don't win against them, I'm done. My career's over. So Tiny, this is the career game for him.
I believe our draft might be slightly
I'm
paused.
Currently talking to production about this.
Please
it's okay.
fix it. We
I'm
can't do
on
it.
it. Don't worry.
It's
don't
only
worry.
it's only a pause if you see it that way right now,
Ah.
right? See, it's just giving us more time to think about
To
these
real-
last
right,
picks.
we're really analyzing this one.
Yeah,
Um,
true.
Analyzing the pause.
Exactly.
So both teams probably need a mid, right? I mean, I don't know if I love the Necrophos. Here's the thing: if you go Necrophos off lane, you're gonna go against the Gyrocopter.
Terrible.
That's
but if
miserable.
you go Necrophos mid, then he's just gonna counter you easily
Yeah.
right now, right? So neither is really that great. Why stop picking this hero?
And also, G Pride has the next pick, which means that Quincy Crew actually has the final pick. You
Yeah,
know, that's
exactly.
and that you're gonna be able to show either your mid or your off lane.
There we go. So they're gonna be. So it's Quincy Crew now picking up, and I think you just pick up something that counters the Necro. To be honest, I like the Queen of Pain. They took it out. The Zeus seems fine to me, honestly.
Oh, Leshrac comes
okay,
out.
Leshrac is fine too.
That has
Actually,
tons of magic damage.
this is a hero we have not seen recently. It is a Queen hero, very much so. Used to be the anti-illusion hero by excellence. Like they pick PL, you pick Leshrac.
Yeah.
I think a lot of heroes are underestimating and sleeping on the Leshrac. I think he's actually a much better hero than people give it credit for.
Viper comes out as well. Not much of a when you look at Quincy Crew, they don't have that normal tank in front hero. No Centaur, no Mars. I mean, not that we see Mars, but
Leshrac might have to take
yeah,
that role.
Leshrac and Jericho kind of have to do that role together. But other than that, I feel like they're okay. Tiny might be able to get burst them down. The draft, honestly, if I was looking at 2 random teams, I'd be like, maybe G-Pride could, the Dire team could take G-Pride. But I know which team is playing. I'm going to go with Quincy Crew.
Similarly, I agree. I
Yeah.
think that G-Pride, the TB is quite strong. Maybe their draft is a bit slightly better, maybe. But this Lesh pick I love.
I love
and
to, yeah.
I just think Quincy's is the better team.
Destroys Necro, destroys TB.
I don't like. If there was anything but Necro, I might actually give it to G-Pride.
Yeah.
But I think that Necro is going to have 0 place this game.
Poor Necro. The hate's real.
I don't think the hero's that bad, but they keep picking it like, oh, Necro is good here. No,
If it's
No,
green,
it's
we
not.
hate it.
If it's green, I mean, only you hate it, Otomo. You're the only one
He
that seems
hates
to
it
have.
too.
You seem to have a
He hates
huge
it more.
vendetta on green.
He hates it more.
You
He
hate
hates
Undying.
Yeah, we hate the undead heroes. You died once, stay there, man. What is this whole reviving thing?
coming back to life. Like,
Ugh.
you had your chance.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
All right, it looks like the panel is dead set on Quincy Crew being able to take the series, but of course, G Pride, it's up to them to bring this to a game 3. But before we jump into the match, we will be going for a quick commercial break, and once we're back, the lovely Moxie and Purge will be taking you through the second match.
Don't you know I'm a bad little mama? I got moves like Madonna. Don't tell me cause I move when I'm gonna. I'm not afraid to lose, I am a prima donna. Don't you see I'm a winner, I'm a queen. I cause no scene if you work with me. Don't stop me cause I fight when I wanna. I'm not afraid to lose, I am a prima donna.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. All we know is ball to empty out the mouths. The chosen one they call, I take my fan with me. Know about it if you tell, know you're breaking codes. What your credibility and all fall like dominoes. Can you really take a stance? All I wanna know. Need me real ones when it's time to go. Step it in, elevator. This is to all the haters. That's all we know when we level up. Yeah, that's all we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up. I found out.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We have game number 2 of Quincy Crew versus G Pride, and we see that G Pride, they believe in the power of the Terrorblade. Terrorblade's been very, very strong. Our panel says it's almost infallible half the time. Is that going to be enough? Is that going to be the advantage that they need to take this game off of Quincy Crew? What do you think, Purge?
We'll see. I think if it was two teams that were equally skilled, I would have more faith in it being like the perfect pick or a more effective hero. And it has been very good, especially because Doom was not in this pool. The one game it didn't do very good was against Doombringer. Getting doomed as TB is not a good time. But it could be more effective here. Gets to play against a Gyro, which seemed pretty effective yesterday when we watched matches, just overwhelming physical damage. But the downside is that TB does not create much space. And the other pairing with the TB is Avenge. And while they work really well together, saving TB, increasing his attack range, lowering damage, Venge ideally would go and do ganks in the meantime. So I don't have a huge amount of faith in like Venge tiny ganks at times. That's definitely one of Venge's weaknesses. So I don't know, we'll see. I think it'll be fine, but it could leave some team fighter gank lackings.
That's true, and it does feel like what Quincy Crew has drafted is going to be playing very, very fast. They do have, the Leshreck. They've also got the Venomancer. Lots of things going on. So, not sure if that's going to be enough time for this Terrorblade to come online. But they do have Mr. Jeans on his signature Viper. So, perhaps that'll be enough. But lately, I feel like Viper kind of falls flat.
It does a bit, yeah. It's very good at like being the annoying guy in the front of the fight when everyone focuses him. But it can definitely have some issues for sure. It's sometimes hard to force your opponents to fight into you. If they just avoid you and farm rapidly, then it kind of feels like, man, it sucks I'm playing Viper right now. But I don't know, maybe it's not going to be a problem. A lot of tangos picked up for Leshreck. He's got a whole pack in his backpack already, so he knows he's going to be taking a lot of damage, but he's still probably going to farm quite well, and he's definitely going to out-jungle the Viper later on.
Do you see all the bounties set up against the Leshreck?
I did, yeah. I saw that right at the right when I opened up.
murderous. They want to take down Quinn so bad. Oh my gosh. But he's playing it cool. Look at him. Cool, calm, and collected. CCC. No problem. He's not going to buy into any of that. So.
Let us skirmish.
You have a pause, though. Looks like maybe a connection hiccup or whatnot. But, gosh, I don't get that. I like it. It looks cool, right? The bird. But I don't understand why Necro would be a bird. Especially a parakeet.
I don't know, but I do like the feather beard. That part's pretty cool. Do you like that part?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty creative. Would you have a feather beard? I know that happens to Alpha Kiss all the time in our D&D campaign. He grows a little beard of feathers. But
If I was a bird, I guess yes. But the real question
what about
is it
as a person? Like, would you rock that?
Would I rock a feather beard like that I made out of bird feathers? No, that's weird.
All right,
Walking
well now
down
I
the
know.
street with a beard that I tied to my head with a string.
I don't know.
I'd wear
Maybe
a
as
face
a
mask
costume.
that looked like flowers or looked like feathers.
Oh, so if we made
that
you
close?
a face mask that had like a feather beard, would you wear it?
I am not guaranteeing this. No.
All right, fine. Be that way. No fun.
I gotta see what it looks like first.
All right, looks like everybody's back and ready to go.
I just saw
Argis
two
is having a
ugly,
little
boring
dance party.
couriers.
Oh no, boring couriers.
Yep.
No. I want to open up Moxie's home for couriers to be adopted by pro players, for the ones that just don't ever use anything besides the donkey. I want to just take a bunch of couriers and be like, here, I will donate this courier to you so you can help support the artists in the scene.
I guess so, yeah. Does it even support them anymore if you buy them on the Steam Marketplace and give them to somebody else? Probably not.
But they
Realistically,
get to see their couriers in the game, all right? Oh, he
suppose
hot
that's true.
peppered them. But they're going to slow down Argis. They've got the Arctic Burn. Not quite enough damage, though, because it looks like MSS made the moves on Kara. Kara made the moves on him one way or the other. So, trying to get that first
still
blood,
fine.
but not quite able to yet.
Well, it's not just that necessarily. It's that they also put TB at like half health, so it like takes him out of the lane for a little bit, makes it a little bit hard for him to stabilize if he's worried about dying. Ooh, big snipe. That's a sentry. That means that the ward that MSS used to block this small camp is guaranteed. That's part of the reason that he was able to get the courier snipe, because he saw it coming a bit, but I assume. But good destruction there. Yeah, I think he did spot it just a bit there. Was able to get it.
This has got to be a pretty uncomfortable lane down here with the Gyro and the Winter Wyvern.
Are you uncomfortable in what way? What do you think?
I just mean because
of the...
they've just got so much potential to like slow and then also put down damage. Like especially with Tiny, right? Like Desmar is going to be trying to find any sort of openings, but needs to be careful because, I mean, look at this right here. They just open up. They've got a lot of damage, and already Necro's at half health.
Yeah, he does, but he'll get last hits and stuff like that. Like, it's not a great Necro lane by all means, but they do have a decent amount of burst, and they have a decent amount of sustain, which is not bad. Quinn getting the slap in here. 2 points in his stun. Oh, wow.
Oh, well, are just
They're
very
taking
low.
Took some damage up here. Quinn getting dived here in the mid lane. Mid lane, mid lane, mid lane.
There it is, there. Mr. Jeezy's trying to fight him. I don't think he's gonna be. Oh, he's got the stop. Turns back around. He's gonna outplay Quinn, but the fairy fire. Very,
And
very
that last
close.
tower hit. Last tower hit was a big deal too. It looked all fine until the salve came out, and then it was looking iffy. So more regen for Leshrac. He knows how to win this lane. Viper's going to do a great job harassing him, and all he needs to do is make sure that he doesn't feed in the laning stage and give them tactical advantage.
Just chipping away down here in the bottom lane. Valky playing it smart, staying within the creep wave every time. This feels a little worrisome to me, the fact that, you know, this is Mr. Jean's signature hero, like his best hero, and he's struggling against Quinn. This is a lane dominator.
Is he? I mean, he's actually equal last hits, and he's doing a great job zoning him from the creep
I mean,
wave
he
right
died, so that's some
Yes,
time that he
but-
wasn't in the lane, wasn't, you know, getting experience, wasn't farming.
But I mean, it seems like they're about equally leveled in last hits, so I don't think it's that big of a deal that he died. The net worth is going to be a little bit in Quinn's favor, I think, but He's at least doing something. He's not just sitting back.
Oh, I think this is a dead Terror Blade. Yeah, indeed it is, and that's a bounty claimed.
No bounty was claimed on Quinn there. Big mistake. More
Yeah, they
regen
didn't
for
quite
Quinn.
get there in time.
He already ate another tango. It's full HP.
Oh, bottom lane. I don't know about this Dismar. He's gonna try to toss up into the air, get some more damage over onto UR, but they just don't have enough to take him down. He's gonna try though. Needs maybe a couple more hits. You are having to be a little bit careful. That Death Pulse did an amazing amount of damage. Ooh, ooh. They're trying. Oh, can he outrun? No.
Dire structures are fortified.
I
The
love when
voice
Gyro
line
says
was
that.
perfect.
So good.
Lela's getting chased in the top lane by Kara as MSS finds a kill on Mr. Jeans in the mid lane with a good rotation. Magic Missile over onto Lelis. I don't know what's happening, but yep. All right, Lelis is dead.
So basically what happened in the mid lane is that Viper was playing super aggressive and forcing Quinn to be away from the tower. If we look at the mid tier 1 tower on the Radiant side, I want to see how much HP it has. It's actually taken a decent amount of damage because he's basically zoned Leshrac from being able to approach. And when you're playing in that location, it's really easy to get ganked. And I've been in games like that where your mid player is like, dude, can somebody please come mid? He's playing so aggressive and he's so easy to kill is what they're communicating. It's like, yeah, he's way out of position. You can pressure him.
Valky sitting very low. Only has that Fairy Fire and of course the Death Pulse to heal himself back up again, but you are going to be able to... Oh! Well, he grabs up the Bounty Rune, but does take a decent chunk of damage as he gets tossed right back in again, although Valky might need a little bit of assistance here. Got the Ghost Shroud. Gonna try to buy again some more time. Dismar looking for a toss behind the tower. I don't think it was quite off cooldown just yet. So Peksu and you are
Viper's
forcing back. Viper's here with the double damage. Oh, can we go back to the bottom lane? Bottom lane, please. And yeah, Peksu trying to push them back. Oh, the toss in though. It's a dead Peksu. Gyrocopter hiding in the trees, hoping that they don't show or go looking for him because he cannot deal with that. So a good rotation coming out from Mr. Jeans. He struggled a bit in that middle lane, but will be able to perform some ganks.
It looks like he's giving up on fighting against Leshrac, which is probably reasonable considering that Quinn is his 6 now. He's also gone a couple points of Edict here, which just means he should be able to beat Viper in a 1v1 if they do fight to the death. This invis is huge though. Oh, he wants a solo
He's
kill.
gonna kill him.
He's gonna. Can we go
Tiny.
back?
He wants that really badly. Look at the positioning. He sees the courier too, getting ready.
He's moving
to
so
split
much.
Earth. Oh, there it is. There's the kill on Dismar. Toss back. Viper's gonna be rotating now. Quinn's courier does get taken down during all this. And it looks like we did lose MSS in the top lane, but he's gonna be really careful. Quinn's very powerful. Yeah, look at this. It's a double kill. It's gonna take down the Leshrac as well, but I think he's okay with it.
They got the bounty. I don't think it's too bad to die there on the streak because he's not giving experience to anybody when he dies. He gives some gold, obviously, but he got EXP first with the Viper kill, so I don't think he'll be too upset with himself.
It's like you say, you know, he died there, but it's really all right because it's going to be able to come back to lane with full health, full mana. And he didn't give away that much. It's not too terrible. Pexi and Dismar playing peekaboo in the trees.
Yeah, he didn't want to have to use Arctic, whatever.
Burn.
Arctic burn, there we go. Arctic burn if he didn't need to, but small benefit there for the Tiny. Mid tower now dies because of that kill. Viper was walking back to the mid lane. Did he TP? Yeah, that's right. He TP'd when Quinn killed him, so that was another advantage he had. He killed him. Viper had to walk back instead of teleport, and he got the tower as a result. So that kill was even more worth it for Quinn. Really good read there by him.
Kara looking for a target with that magic missile. Tosses it in, but in comes Quinn. And down goes the Vengeful Spirit.
He was just jungling and that hero got in the way, that's all. Quinn is owning
Well,
his
just have to be
game,
careful
actually,
because
so
Mr.
bad.
Jean's coming in here with the Terror Blade. But he's so fast. Maybe Lelis. Maybe they can grab Lelis. This Mar's trying to grab it, but he uses his ultimate. Still very dead Hydralisk here in the top lane, but Argus does have to TP out.
Is he dead?
Down too much. He is actually dead. Oh no.
You gets solo
Valky
kill
gets
bottom
taken
too.
down as well. Dismar was trying to go in, and we just get a double kill now for Quinn. He is going to die this time again. He's taken down just a little. Oh, never mind. Pexu with the save. I believe he TP'd just so he could do that. And
I
the
can't
smoke
believe he
to
was alive.
ensure it. That was, I thought for sure.
I saw the animation on. I was like, okay, it's gonna, or the icon. I was like, okay, it's gonna take one more time. He's dead. But it was pretty funny watching Tiny throw him onto the Viper. I don't think that's what Viper wanted necessarily. It did do a lot of damage to Quinn, but again, it's not a good trade. He needs to stay a little bit away. He needs to like keep the Leshrac out of at least Diabolic Edict range to be able to out trade there. Look at the net worth. This game is insane. We thought last game was a stomp. This one's gonna be extremely, even more so. I think.
They're hunting Archis. They know he's here. There's only one place really that he can go, and look at this Quinn just hunting him down, chasing him. Burst. Yet another kill for Quinn over here. All right, Desmar, they're gonna try to see if they can even up the score. Looks like he'll take a lot of damage. Not quite enough to survive this time around, but MSS the toss back. Couple of these illusions. It's gonna plink away. You are in the bottom though, is getting chased after by Kara and Valky. I'm not convinced that they have the damage. But they have the scythe, so, you know. Oh, the wand charges. Nope, that's a see you later, nerds, if I've ever seen one. Uphill miscast. Although Dismar, okay, all right, Dismar, I see you. They want this kill, they're gonna get it. That one little skull. Boop, and a click.
Yeah, he was gonna die there. Could have gone Agi treads before one game, but it wasn't gonna make a big difference. The Death Pulse was gonna do like 250 damage, so.
Ooh. All right, they don't have any detection here from Mr. Jeans right now, so nice snap up of that Vizerin.
They do have the damage. If he could have told, you can basically figure out where Viper is by Diabolic Edict, even if they're in Viz. So could have been useful here. Viper going for a Blade Mail rush because otherwise there's no way he ever beats Leshrac in the 1v1 matchup. So, but like they're just getting outmaneuvered pretty consistently. 5k advantage at this point is insane. The most farms here is Viper. They do have kills, but like they haven't been getting very good farm in the meantime though. Like ganking Viper or Veno is a decent idea, but
I was just referring more to the fact that we have had just non-stop action this entire time. Double Gale hitting out, throws off the Poison Nova. He's just got all these little babies, his wards. He's hoping that the Poison Sting's gonna be enough to take down at least one of them. Just Mars ticking down. I don't think it's quite enough. Mr. Jean's a bit too tanky. So it was a good effort, but Quinn making his way top. Valky getting killed by MSS in the other lane. This is just a dead Mr. Jeans. You cannot run from Quinn.
Looks at the map and sees what's coming.
Just they're taking over all of this and they're starving them out. This is very, very difficult. They even have the Winter's Curse. Gonna go grab up two of these heroes. Ardius trying to run away just with a nice avalanche. Get the steal right back again with the avalanche to get the kill on Dismar. MSS that's gonna get taken down off on the side, but they managed to take down the Terror Blade, and that is the big one right there. Valky making rotations, got the Ghost Shroud up. You are just deciding he's gonna TP out. We'll use the Scythe. They've got a decent amount of damage here. Is forced to go and pop that wand. I think Yuar's dead, but Kara on the back lines will also fall. Mr. Jeans joining in, sees Pexu. Pexu's not going to be able to fly away from this one, unfortunately for him.
I don't really blame Yoar for TPing there. Like, if he tries to run away, he's just going to get chased down and probably die anyways, and then the Reaper Scythe would probably kill him, and then he'd be dead longer. So, considering all the space that they're creating and how much they've pressured the enemy TB, I don't think this is that big of a deal. And Leshrac now is pretty safe having Yule Scepter is finished for him. And now he's going to be able to start buying tanky items. And he's going to be very, very difficult to kill for the enemy team.
Just looking at some of these net worths, Terrorblade is so far down. They have shut him down so hard. How do they find a safe place for him to farm, I guess is the question. Quincy Crew's doing that thing that they did in game number 1 where they just ran all over the map and just kept murking people left and right.
Yeah, basically what's happening is they're getting lane advantages because they're playing better and maybe drafting better. And then after that, what's happening is they're turning that into easy ganks because they have lane advantage. It's going to force people out of lane, then they're going to go to jungle, and they can pretty easily predict where they're going to be. So it only takes like one or two, like a core and a support, to go kill a TB in the early jungling stage. And more so than a lot of other carries as well. Like, because TV just doesn't have a defensive capability. So if he doesn't see it coming, he's just super easy to kill repeatedly. Well, now he's got Sunder, so it's a little bit easier, but his HP is still so low. Terrorblade is one of the worst strength gains in the game. So very easy for Quinn just to walk at him and say, like, go ahead, mess with me, give it a shot. Because he can always just do, like, Yules into Edict, into Split Earth, and just do a huge amount of damage in a short period of time. And that's why he's buying Boots of Travel as well. He's so far ahead that he's like, I literally don't have to worry about surviving. I'm just going to move around the map and constantly pressure the enemy heroes.
Yeah, he's super pesky. It feels like every time I look up, there is Quinn running at someone and getting a kill. So definitely a thorn in the side of G Pride. But they've got to find some way to recover here because right now it's feeling a bit bleak. A 6K net worth lead at about 13 minutes in.
Plague our enemies.
Did Lelis just write his name? Oh no, that wasn't him. You are writing Lelis on the minimap. All right.
See if they can defend this push. They do. He does have some plague wards to prevent. Very smart that he blocks that path actually, because it makes it hard for them to get behind the tower. It's one of the biggest scary things about defending this wave, defending this tower, is that people will just walk in behind you and initiate on you. D ward from Pexu as well, so they're just going to make this feel really safe now.
They all just left. They didn't want. You know, we talk about these plague wards being so strong. But it really is true, especially when you're behind. It's very difficult to make anything happen when you've got them myself, Quinn. I told you, every time we look at this guy, he's sitting and waiting to get a kill. Yeah, Valky, do you know what lurks in the shadows? Clearly not. We'll follow right up, and it's just too much damage. He can't survive this. Forces the TP. MSS, though, might fall for this. Cost of the nearby Dismar, though. There's a swab coming out right into Mr. Jean, so this should be a dead MSS at the very least.
Yeah, good rotation. But either way, Quinn basically doing the smart thing. At the higher level that you go, the more they anticipate where you're going to be. He hadn't shown on the top lane yet, but he knows, I think somebody is going to come here. And he just sits there patiently. Yes, he's not farming, but if his opponent does actually finally go for it, he gets a solo kill, then he gets to go back to farming. And for the rest of the game, they're going to play more scared because they're worried about whether or not those ganks are going to come. Just makes the game so much harder if, like, the one time you come out, you get punished on the map.
Got the Spirit Vessel completed for the Venomancer now, so be a good way to negate any sort of healing or whatnot. But smoke coming out from side Quinn's crew again, just doing that thing they do again. Just running at people. Mr. Jeans looks like he is going to be the target. He runs right into Quinn. The Viper Strike comes out. Quinn backing off a little bit. Winter's Curse will come in. They'll hold Viper in place. Valky also making his way over. Gets drawn in for like half a second. Pexu might be the one to fall here, but they do manage to go and grab up the bounty rune. Nice avalanche steal from MSS. Will slow down G-Pride. This is everyone and their mom chasing Quinn, chasing Pexu. Dismar sees a courier. He's gonna take down some of that vision. Pexu again left behind. They'll use the sight. They'll get the kill on the Winter Wyvern, but that's the position 5. They don't care. He already used his ultimate. It's fine.
And look what Quinn did now. I'm pushing. So not the best. Basically, they handled that really well, considering because he got Viper Strike, it was a little bit too hard for him to try to kill the Viper. So they made the right choice to run away. Even them getting Pexu was a little bit surprising to me. It felt like they had gotten everybody on the enemy team to rotate for that moment. And yeah, they get a tier 1 tower out of it, but gold towers from the gold that you get from towers is not nearly as high as it used to be. So in the meantime, Quincy just getting so much more out of the map.
Just sitting there staring at Dismar. You think he knows? He wasn't to Split Earth. Typical stuff. It's gonna be difficult for Dismar, but Quinn actually not managing to get that kill just because there is a tower there. He'll respect it.
No, it was the catapult. When he got tossed back, it was like too much of a pain to chase him down the rest of the way. So if that catapult was dead, then that's a kill for sure. Tiny wouldn't have had a good solution. So let's see what they do in the meantime. Terrorblade has gotten a decent amount of space in the last couple of minutes. His net worth is creeping up a little bit more, but and yeah, like Gyro's not a very good counter against him, but Leshrac certainly is pretty effective, and even things like Winter Wyvern is going to be pretty good against the Terrorblade as well. I think that's one of the reasons they prioritize the hero this game.
working on those different items. Kara checking Roche, making sure that they haven't decided to get in that pit just yet. Another double damage rune for Quinn here. My goodness. Agnum Scepter completed now for the Gyrocopter. That's good timing. So I think we'll see them start to get a bit more aggressive again.
Essence Ring as well. It's a really good Viper, or really good Lush item. Because he's very good at doing a lot of AoE damage, so he's usually up in front, tanking basically. So having Essence Ring to cover him is gonna feel really nice.
Valky just kind of wandering around a little bit here.
He does seem to be doing confusing things. Drawing on the map, talking to his team most likely.
I just feel like they're at a little bit of a loss. 8k, well 7k net worth lead at around 18 minutes, but it's definitely difficult for the side over here. They do get a swap off though over onto MSS. They might go back in on this. I don't know. Looks like Gyro has decided he's just going to back off. They lost the Rubik. No need to force it right now. They're still in a good position.
Okay. So it looks like they're leaving Quinn in the weird areas of the map that are a little bit scarier. So he's going to continue pushing those out, running back and forth. There's the Essence Ring. He's super tanky now. And once he gets BKB, he basically can't die outside of 2 overwhelming Terrorblade damage. So he can basically do whatever he wants itemization for the next bit of the game. Nether Shawl's a really good grab actually for Quincy Crew. Could be a really good item to have on Leshrac. More magic resistance against Necro, against Viper. It is not good against TB, but it's great against almost everybody else. So somebody's going to use that on Quincy, I'm sure.
Xy's just been sitting there for so long. Seems a bit odd.
Yeah.
Smoke coming out though from the side of G Pride. When
Top tower is under attack.
Kara opening up with Magic Missile, but they do have the Yules. Are gonna run into the Avalanche toss though, unfortunately. Quinn though, pretty tanky. It doesn't matter when you've got a Scythe. Had that Essence Ring, but when there are 3 heroes chasing after you, you're probably not gonna survive that.
First good gank they've done in a while, but very effective. They figured out basically that Lesh had been pushing mid and top lane. And this is one of the negatives of Quincy Crew not getting anything done recently, is that it becomes easier for the enemy team to go on him here. This is why Pexu's been playing here. Too late though.
Still don't think he can
Zero.
save. Yeah. Yep, that Viper Strike too good, and plus the Blade Mail, very good against Gyro.
It's true. Yeah, I think it was a little bit slow on the missile there for Yawar, but casted it like 1 or 2 seconds later than I expected. But plenty of damage coming from Viper there. Kind of surprising he was able to get that kill, and that actually changes a lot. Look at the net worth difference now.
Yeah.
Viper's actually threatening the top net worth.
So should Quincy Crew be putting on more pressure right now? It definitely felt like they had a commanding a lead earlier on. Now it feels a little, maybe they're playing a bit too much in some cases. Again, that Blade Mail, super good.
Yep. A little scary to commit to that one otherwise, until he gets BKB maybe. They definitely spent a lot of time over here at the secret shop area. I mean, I don't think Pexu's hiding in the trees was at all bad, because he was at a perfect place where he could fight to the left side and to the right side easily using Arctic Burn. So he was well positioned, but maybe they're a bit worried about taking fights now until they get BKBs. It could be something like that, because Quinn is kind of close to BKB. You could say something like, hey, we have an advantage. Why would we take gambles on fights right now when we can probably just hold the advantage we have, get BKBs, and then go back to crushing them? But
that's true.
Unfortunately for them, G Pride got some good ganks off, so maybe it wasn't worth it.
Did just notice too, you know, you're talking about the BKB being very, very important. They also pick up a pipe now, completed over on Lelis, which should help.
Okay.
A lot of that coming out at them. BKB just picked up for Quinn. Someone else just got another item too. I missed it though. But Quinn going in for the initiation. A nice follow-up though coming out from Dismar, but there's the BKB we talked about. It's just so much damage. The swap comes out. They're trying to keep Valky alive a little bit longer. Lelis is taking so much damage, and there's a Winter's Curse on the back line, holding down the Terrorblade, allowing them to be able to get the kill onto Dismar, get the kill on Kara. They'll lose Lelis. But Valky will get taken down. Yuar's trying to TP out, and can he do it fast enough? There was a lot of damage on him, but looks like he is going to be all right. Very, very
Bought a
close.
win lace. He bought a win lace there to keep himself alive. That was really cool. I actually can't believe the fight went that well for Quincy Crew. It was kind of like worst positioning possible when you walk up the cliff and break smoke at the same time and the enemy team is in position. Lestrak, the Tiny interrupted things a little bit, which made it okay. And then Quinn did a great job following after the Vengeful Spirit here. When the swap came, watch how fast he instantly changed targets. He basically just started running forward because he knew the swap was coming. But then the problem was TV's right there doing tons of damage to Quinn. So normally he'd be able to clean up the Necro there, but they were ready for it. Pexu bought some time and all, and they ended up killing a couple. If they would have lost UR here, it would have been significantly worse. So good on him. Oh, the huge save actually. With the stun there from MSS in the last moment to stop one more hit. That probably would have guaranteed the Gyro died before that TP out. So good damage control from Quincy Crew.
The sports did a really good job on Quincy Crew too. If they didn't have that Winter's Curse on the back line just to hold the Terrorblade in place, things would have gone so much worse. But we'll be able to go find Kara.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Get a quick pick off here, do some dewarding. And they're still going after this bottom tower. They still haven't taken it yet on the side of G Pride.
Oh, they scan for him though. They see him. They're running to see if they can catch the Viper. And yeah, he played greedy.
They've got him.
I don't know if they can kill him though.
It's gonna be hard with Dismar here. Like drop the break though. I don't think they realized. Can they go back in? All right, here comes Yuar. He'll be able to clean up, get the kill. Lelis walking away, and Dismar will go down along with Mr. Jeans.
Being able to get Nether Toxin was by far the biggest part. Took away all of his magic resistance against a Rubik, who does a lot of magic, and a Venomancer, who does a lot of magic. And he tried to kill Venomancer, who has a pipe and the Nether Shawl. So his magic resistance is like 65% or something insane like that. So he's easily able to tank the Viper damage. And a really nice gank there. Like that's what's also really cool about what Quincy's doing. They put these ganks together in so many cool ways.
You are? Okay.
That looked bad.
I thought he was gonna get scythed. I thought that they were gonna follow up.
The rocket buff. That's what that was. And the missile came out so fast. All right, now he's got BKB, so
yeah,
less scary.
This is go time, right?
It can be, yeah. They could force more dangerous objectives. They could do Roches, for example. They could do tier 2 tower here, maybe.
Quinn
trying to start.
Oh, he's trying to dodge that magic missile, but swap comes out. I'm not sure exactly what was going on there, but you are has to hear there's so much damage coming out from the Terrorblade. No, he's still alive. The illusion did turn to his attention down the back line, so they will end up losing Pexu. Lelis getting clicked down. The force staff from Mr. Jeans gonna slow him out. Should be able to take down Venomancers. The rest of the team forced to retreat. Oh my God, how did
the Glimmer? That was MSS using Glimmer on Gyro. It dodged, it disjointed the last attack that would have killed him. TB is still so scary this game actually, because none of their cores really deal very good with him, and there's so much frontline between like Necro and Viper that like as long as G Pride is positioned okay, the fights are always going to start a little slow for Quincy Crew because they have a lot more AoE than they have burst generally, so they have to like fight through these tanky guys, and in the meantime TB is just doing tons of physical damage from a safe distance.
Well, Quinn going in for a quick candy pick-off here. Does have to be careful that there is the Terrorblade nearby, but I believe he has the meta up this time around as the middle tower goes down. Your Jeans? No, it looks like they're not gonna collapse on him or Dismar.
I was thinking they might do that too, but did not feel comfortable, I guess. They got their kill. That is going to be enough. Leshrak probably going to build towards Shiva's at some point, I assume is what he's working on. No, going to go Lincoln Sphere. Okay. So Wands, Reaper Scythe protection, Swap protection, Thunder protection. Would have thought he would have done armor, but this will be good too. So Viper Strike. There's actually so many abilities that it's going to block.
Definitely worth it.
The regen will be really nice too.
I guess they feel strong knowing the fact that, you know, they have the Winter's Curse. They've got good AoE in this pit.
Yeah.
It does feel a little surprising that they'll go in without getting any sort of a pick off, and they don't have the best vision, but...
Meta got used, I think, is why. If we click on the Terrorblade, I think he used it in the last fight, if I'm not... Can we look at TB? Yeah, it's on
Yeah,
cooldown. He doesn't
it's
have
on
meta, so that's why they went for this, because they know that TB can't fight right now. Like TB is garbage against Leshrac without meta. When it's got meta, it's scary, but without meta, like there's no way they can engage. So the fact that they only got like 1 or 2 kills, then they picked off the Venge, that gave them more than enough of an opening to go for Rosh. And now they're gonna try to force a fight with it.
They have to know, right? There's no way that they show bottom and all right. Well, they'll find Valky. This will be a good pickoff. Got plenty of damage.
Wow.
No pesky scythe to have to worry about.
Made him look squishy.
Oh,
Quinn
Mr.
wrapping around.
Jeans? Quinn? Turns back
was not
around. It's like,
expecting
oh
to find
yeah.
him.
No, definitely was not. Definitely was not. Does have to wait out that blade mail though. And as far as TPing in right now too. So there's the Viper Strike getting used. Lella's following up. Nice force staff onto
Got
the
him.
high ground though.
Not terrible. Felt like Quinn was messing with them a little bit. I don't know if you guys felt like that, but just stood there. It's like, go ahead, use blade mail. I'm on to you. Wow, what a slow Roshan kill.
They're taking their time.
They're doing a really good job pressuring though. Their net worths are still really high. Obviously, the TB is still doing really good. I'm genuinely surprised Viper's net worth has been consistently this high, considering how the laning stage went. But he's farming well.
Yeah, he's
11k
recovered
gold
very
advantage
well.
though. Yeah, yes. So the big gold separation is coming from the Rubik has way more gold than basically both supports on the Quincy Crew side have way more net worth than their opponents, most likely because they're just dying less, and also the Venos just outperforming against the Necrophos. So, and now Blink Dagger coming in. MSS has 3 items. He's very farmed for a 4 position at this point. After he finishes Lincoln's on Leshrac, probably we'll finally see the Shivas coming out. He does need an armor item. Shivas is pretty good. It's not like armor alone is usually not enough to like make a TB not feel like a big deal, but it'll go a long ways to making him feel more effective.
Whenever that meta's okay. All right. Kara probably trying to do some warding,
Shot him
I'm
down.
assuming.
Yeah, or pushing out a side lane or something like that.
Now he's slowed over here from thanks to the steal. Thrown a little bit more poison. Man, this Hurricane Pike has paid off in spades. A call down getting used though. And the break, toss up into the air. That's going to be the Aegis taken down. This is not looking good for Valky though. He's taking a lot of damage. Lelis has that Glimmer Cape, but they still have vision on him. Lelis will be next to fall as you are forced to run away. They pop the Metamorphosis. And it feels like
That's
they
really
just
good.
want to dodge the fight.
It's really good for G-Prod. Kind of a really weird place for Quincy to fight that. I'm really surprised Uwar did the call down. I'm surprised he stood there and fought a little bit more. It was kind of bizarre, but didn't anticipate the burst damage from Tiny, clearly. Now with meta being used though,
Got the BKB, there's the pickup. They're gonna try to hold him in place so he can't get the thunder off, and they'll be able to do it. There's no buyback now over here on this Terror Blade. The swap comes out from Kara, buys a little bit more time. She's going to be the next sacrificial lamb. As now, Quinn trying to catch this pesky Viper. Dismar though, he's trying to toss him away. Does not want to be here any longer. I do not believe he survives this. In fact, no, you are wicked sick. They do manage to save Mr. G.
and it might not seem like a big deal, but they actually have pretty good chain stuns against a TB who's that out of position. He needed Venge behind him or something like that after the first stun to prevent the chain stun there. And they just didn't have it, so he gets completely crushed, not anticipating the whole enemy team to be there.
I can't tell if Kara's positioning was just really, like, if he was out of position or not, because I feel like, you know, they have been pretty neck and neck next to each other all the time, the Terrorblade and the Venge. But they definitely took him out first, knowing that that was a safety net.
Yeah. Avenge was dead previously from when Lesh killed him in the Radiant jungle, but yeah, who knows? Maybe they saw something. Maybe they saw Venge somewhere else on the map Lesh. So now his items look really sick, actually. Crimson Guard as well, very good against illusions, very good against minus armor, coming from Venge too. Damage block counters minus armor a decent amount. But it'll make the TB feel a lot less effective, that's for sure.
Yeah, they've itemized very, very well on the side of Quincy Crew in response and having to deal with even, you know, that blade mail was a thorn in the side of the gyrocopter and the Leshrac, but he's taking these fights very intelligently. It's smoke coming out though.
Dyer's middle tower
Benno is not
Right
here.
past the illusion.
Radiant are
Oh,
scanning.
look at
Bro.
Dismar. Look at his positioning. He's gonna go. He breaks the smoke, protecting Argis. Although Argis is just walking right on out. Still see you are. Sir Jeans hoping maybe they can pincer around the corner. They'll open up. Eul's coming out from Quinn. Held up with a nice split earth. The illusions dragging back.
We got to swap.
Okay, yep. Lelis spots Kara. This is your position 5 again going down.
This is a big kill.
If you've saved other heroes, I think that's worth it. Definitely not. Oh no. This feels very, very bad. Terrorblade getting held to place. Dismar though coming through, but they have the BKB, so it doesn't matter. That avalanche means nothing to them as they take them both down. Buyback coming out from Dismar. Valky is dead. Another buyback. Oh, Mr. Jeans, where's your core staff to save you now? Not going to work. So
Their damage is so high all of a sudden.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
yeah. Well, there's a little friendly high five and some football over on the side too, you know?
While auto-attacking the tower.
Yep.
I mean, it's genuinely the best thing. Look, he's legitimately slowing Venomancer down.
I think Lelis is just a friendly individual as well, but all right, that's illegal. Guys, friendship, hello? Kara, gonna swap again, gonna die again. It's still a dead Valky.
That's the swaps that they really needed earlier when they finally... There was like a couple crucial fights there where like TB had tons of net worth, but they literally just crushed him with 2 or 3 stuns that were un-BKB-able because it was like a Rubik lift or a Eul's into a stun. You could BKB that, but man, what a crushing by Quincy. Quinn really showed up both of these games. He played excellent in both matches, especially game 2. Won his lane, pressured side lanes, constantly ganked, solo killed cores, did ganks with his supports. But as a whole, everybody on Quincy played excellent. And even though there were some scary things like TB's raw damage, they played around it well and found the right moments to chain stun him and kill him and push advantage.
Yeah, I thought in particular the supports played exceptionally well too on the side of Quincy. There were a couple of times where they just had some really clutch saves, whether it was, Pexu with the, the Winter's Curse holding the Terrorblade down in that fight in the Dire jungle. That could have gone completely sideways for the side of Quincy. And then some of the other just saves coming out from the Rubik. But Quincy Crew, there's a reason why they're ranked one of the top teams in NA right now. And unfortunately for G Pride, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. They'll have to go back, watch the match. But I'm sure they're going to learn a couple things or two from watching it. But that concludes this series for us right now, guys. We do have another series coming up very soon. So we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we'll have more ESL 1 Thailand.
So sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly?
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is still unclear.
My time, no quick ones, quick run, quick gas to get back there. Hot roads, I didn't think I'd come back fierce, cause I was running roads, so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances.
it's easy, it's hard to preach. Cause I've been burning trees and watch them fall. If we cannot breathe out, we go forward. Sure, I was searching for cure, fishing a little wildlife. And when I'm low on fuel, I'll still be running till my back broke. Halfway, lost hope and I checked it. Hard roads, I didn't think to come back fast. Cause I was running roads, so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I ended up zero. This is such a ghostly revelation. I may have fucked up all my chances. Been around the globe, looked around and fitted. Seen high and lows, but you won't even get it. Been around the globe, think it's time to admit it's not the end, but the road, and you won't even get it. Been around the globe, looked around, and fitted. Seen high and lows, but you won't even get it. Been around the globe, think it's time to admit it's not the end, but the road. I was running. I was running roads, so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up zero. This is such a ghostly revelation. I may have fucked up all my chances. Fucked up all my chances. Yes, I was running. I know. I know.
Welcome back to ESL 1, powered by Intel. Quincy Crew secure themselves a easy 2-0 according to the panel. With, I mean, considering you guys predicted 2-0 and with how certain you were that it was going to be basically 2-0 during that second draft, but I think we've got to break it down for the audience, like what kind of happened in both of those matchups. But before then, actually, before we do the breakdown, I saw that look you gave me. You know what time it is?
Oh yes, what time is it?
Oh, it is time for the Mountain Dew Game Fuel post-game analysis. That was slow.
Yeah,
That was slow.
yeah, I know. I like, we're gonna get in time. We'll practice
okay.
again tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
But like,
Let's practice every day.
Yeah.
I don't think-
Every this is what we do in our free time. All right, so you go. And you go okay.
Yeah, actually. Like, Otomo came one day, he's like, aren't we analyzing the team?
No.
Who cares about
Bring
that
a can.
part?
Bring a can. I think that's the easier one. We'll try that tomorrow.
But yeah, the teams themselves, like, what do you think? I just such a match that was such a stump. I know we have to do an analysis and stuff.
Well,
but
how about...
I don't have to do my job, but like...
do we
hang on,
really?
hang on. I mean, you guys, this is part of your job. So let me...
I don't have a contract that says it anyway.
I'm very sure you signed a contract.
Actually, no. Hey, wait. Oh yeah.
Okay, so let me start off this discussion. So you guys were not a big fan of the Necrophos. I think you were pretty much trying to justify the Necrophos pick once it came up.
I mean, I tried to justify it.
Yeah.
I could see it, but the problem, I mean, I mentioned this before, but I will mention it again. The problem with Necrophos is that I don't think the hero's bad. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but he has one very specific, I guess, ability that defines him. Well, I guess maybe two. Right? Heartstopper and Ghost Shroud are probably the two things. Yes, Reapers, but the reason why you pick Necro is because either there's a really big tanky hero on the opposing team, like I say a Spectre that you want to get rid of, or alternatively, you can Ghost Shroud to evade some of the physical damage. What is odd about this is that you picked a Necro when your lineup was already vulnerable to the magical damage. And we can
this
see
is
this.
game one, by the way.
This is game one. Yeah.
This, but I don't know when his Aegis was about to expire. I think it was like just about to expire, so he died then. But
I think game one was a bigger stomp than game two, to be honest, just because the Sven. I mean, I don't know. It's
yeah,
actually
I mean, actually, game two, you look like the G probably got like 20 kills, and they were at one point it was like 90, 70, but it wasn't close. But like they were trading some blows at least. So game 1 was stumpy. This was kind of almost pretty solid Sonic Wave.
Yeah, but it was
actually.
too late, right? At this point, that like you just lost. The gyrocopter was completely useless this whole game.
Yeah, what
Wasn't really his fault.
Oh my God.
It was just the matchup wasn't great for him. They kind of crushed
Honestly,
this lane.
both games were really not good for Argist.
A build. Sorry, this is something that you guys are talking about off stream at the Viper just now. You are not a big fan of the Viper build.
Oh yeah,
No, I think
the course of skin.
Yeah, I actually talked to Otomo.
He taught me this. Yes,
I taught him this. So one of the things about the Leshrac is I think people don't understand how you counter in mid as much. I think the Leshrac is, I'm going to prevent him from winning the lane, quote unquote. But Leshrac most of the time doesn't care as much about dominating or stomping your lane. What Leshrac wants is, can I get away with maxing Diabolic Edict? That's his biggest thing. Because if you do that at level 7, you can actually go to another lane and push that tower. And you can even push yours with the catapult at minute 5. And so a Viper particularly does not do that. He's not a hero that you can't use Diabolic Edict with. You're not forced to go for the Lightning Storm build, which is the better laning build, but weaker overall. And on top of that, the Viper going for Corrosive Skin makes it even worse. Because yes, now you can deal with Leshrac, you can sort of tank his damage. Let's not forget that Diabolic Edict is physical.
Yeah.
So Viper still suffers against that, but you can sort of tank him, but you have 0 farming abilities. So Leshrac is just conditioned to go, alright, well, my lane went fine. I mean, I kind of did okay. I mean, he did destroy the Viper, but that's more for CCNC to do. I'm not going to go jungle, gank other lanes. What are you going to do, Viper? And Viper's like, well, I can spit poison.
Or level 1.
I can farm jungle camps if you give me like 10 minutes.
And Leshrac falls with these heroes like that's similar to Dragon Knight as well as Death Prophet, which is if you leave these heroes alone in the mid lane, they will take a tower. So you are constantly forced to apply pressure to them, and you can't just leave them alone. So you can't. Viper, one of the good things about it, he can go to another lane, get a kill, maybe go back, but you can't do that against Leshrac. And Leshrac has the lowest downtime of these 3 heroes. So
I think that's another problem with sometimes when you play these lanes, that because you constantly have the threat of they're gonna take my tier 1 mid, and easily as well, you think I need to go for a better lane. I need to try to beat them in the lane, which I think was the logic behind the Corrosive Skin build. But in a lot of cases, you just have to give up the matchup and go, right, I need to at least have farm and impact as a mid laner.
Yeah, Mr. Jeans, I mean, that's his signature hero, right, for Mr. Jeans, but just it was not enough. And I mean, there's nothing against G-Pride. You know, they played their hearts out, but this is just a better team. You know,
more experience, more time together. You can even argue the players are better themselves mechanically. Like it's just tough. G-Pride is at a point right now that they're learning. They're learning to become better players. But let's not forget, these guys, most of them have not been in competitive for too long. They've mostly played local leagues or South American leagues. It makes sense. I don't think you should fault them for a bad performance.
No one can look at I mean, everyone calls them and says they're bad players. They're fools. They're not, because these are really good players, but they're up against even better, and that's how it's always going to be. Like not for G-Pride always, but this sort of situation. Even if you're a good player, you're up against an amazing player, and you're going to lose the game.
Yep. Well, thanks for the breakdown, gentlemen. We really do appreciate it. And unfortunately, we won't be getting an interview with Quincy Crew. It looks like the team was unavailable to do the interview with us for today. But don't worry, we'll try and catch them during their next matchup. Hopefully, they'll be ready to share some of their secrets with us.
Yeah, I really want to.
Me too.
I was excited to interview Quinn. I was going to ask him, like, what happens when they ban everything? Like, do you think? What time do you think a team will just go? Okay, we're playing against Quinn's Crew. I'm just gonna go to Quinn's house and stop him from playing, because that's
just pull the plug.
Just pull the plug from the computer. Disconnect the Wi-Fi in his area, whatever it is. I think that's more efficient at this point.
Yep. So that's going to be the end for Quincy Crew versus Gorilla's Pride. A 2-0 victory for Quincy. Now, of course, we still got one more matchup for all of you at home. It is Business Associates versus Thunder Predator, and I know you two are looking forward to this matchup.
I mean, I'm not sure how it'll go, because you know Business Associate is a big question mark for me, but I expect this to be a better match, much better.
I'm so excited because when I saw the Business Associates team, I expected a lot of great things about them. I think Thunder is a really, really tough rival.
Yes.
But I think Business, they can rise to the occasion.
They could take it.
They really could take it.
It's not G-Pride versus Quincy Crew. It's like there's a possibility. Yes, Thunder Predator is probably better on paper, and I think they would take it anyway, but Business Associates could upset them.
Yeah. That best of 3 is going to come up in just a moment, but before that, we do need to set the lobby up and have the players ready. So until then, we'll go for a quick commercial break, and once we're back, we'll jump right into our second series of the night.
We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
feelings are waiting for you to come back. Amazing feelings are waiting for you to explore again once the world is ready. Until we meet again. Amazing Thailand.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Rising out the ashes, coming from the ether. All I hear is static. Breathe a little deeper. Fallen, broken, a million light years away from home. My eyes opened, and now I've come to claim life. Oh, never let it go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the fire, gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah, gonna let it burn. Running through the fire, gonna let it burn. I'm the Messiah, gonna let it burn. 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 Found me in the darkness. Now they see me shining. Calling me a goddess. Thunder and the lightning. I'm falling, I'm faster. Making my way back, I'm close to home. I'm fighting harder because I've come to claim my throne. Never let it go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the fire, gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah, gonna let it burn. I'm running through the fire, gonna let it burn.
ESL 1 Thailand is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, DHL, Ministry of Tourism and Sports of Thailand, and Sports Authority of Thailand.
Welcome back to ESL 1, powered by Intel. We've just concluded our first series of the day, but of course we've still got one more for all of you lovely people at home. It's Business Associates versus Thunder Predator, and the production, as well as my panelists, are predicting 3 games for this series, and hopefully we do get them.
I remember saying anything
Yeah.
like
Say that.
you're putting
Don't
just like my
don't do
mother,
it.
by the way.
Don't do
Just like my mom. Right?
You're my dad. She's your mom.
Your grandma. There you go.
Okay.
How old are you? What fountain of youth is that?
I mean,
Oh, you were saying that there was an interesting hair color today, though.